It is almost midnight, and I am watching the second stick away. Time feels different in your 20s. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, but always moving forward. At almost 23, I am standing at the edge of who I was and who I am becoming, caught between the past and the future. As the clock strikes 12, another year begins. I grab my phone, replying to birthday messages. Each one reminding me that even when I feel lost, I am not alone. These decades, the 20s, is like a roller coaster, full of highs and lows, moments of clarity and times of confusion. September 7, 2001, exactly 23 years today, my family welcomed their first son, their first grandchild. According to my mom, it was a moment of joy for the Chalukunda family, and my dad was overjoyed to welcome his first child. Coming from a family of about 30 plus members, with about 15 siblings, I become the older one. I become someone they all look up to. So I have to be a leader they will all learn from. I was with my family for the first 18 years of my life. In October 2019, I left home to further my education at a better school. I grew up as a very brilliant young boy, always a top performer from primary school days through junior school. After securing an outstanding result from the Gabesi, my family decided to send me to a better school. Spending a few months in the Comoros and experiencing that little distance from my family felt a bit awkward, but I was able to quickly cope. Soon, schools were shut down due to COVID, and I had to go back to the village again. When I returned for the next academic year, I was already chasing my dreams. September 7, 2021, I turned 20, and it was the first time I realized my birthday, and it was the first birthday I celebrated. This is a little preview of my life before 20s. This age came with a lot of challenges. The needs keep increasing, from getting new clothes, new shoes, and every trend, to the fat budget and the scale of preference that keeps growing every day. And the income is just a little token to accompany you to school, and the unpaid study fees you lie about. Coming from a humble background, my family could not always support, so I have to make sure I do a lot of things for myself. There was a time in 2021 when my father had a truck that brought charcoal to the complex. After school, I would meet him and follow them for the rest of the day, moving from household to household. South in Kimbo. It was actually fun to me because I have been doing similar jobs when I was at the village. Not until one day, while I was doing that, I met some of my friends. They laughed at me and were even using their phones to video me. I felt embarrassed. That same year, a friend of mine told me about an event at Tamala where they needed waiters. I didn't know anything about being a waiter, but I had to risk it. I presented myself as a waiter, and like that, I worked at Grando. I took the risks with zero skills and knowledge, but luckily, I was able to cut on quickly. They ended up taking my name and hired me as an event staff. Anytime they have an event, they always call me, and I was making a little money out of that. In 2022, the bills became even bigger, and events does not happen all the time. So I had to find other means. I thought of applying for a job, and I saw a vacancy in a flyer. They requested the applicants to send a CV and a cover letter. I didn't know what a CV was, so I asked around but couldn't get anyone to make a CV for me. That was when I get to the internet, search how to make CVs. After I made my own CV, I thought that maybe there are a lot of people who also want the same thing and find it difficult to do. So I quickly made a flyer and named it as OJay CV Service. I sent it to my friends and luckily I got a lot of offers. I didn't have a computer. So what I did was I went to the internet cafe and made the CVs for those 15 people for the first part. But as the customers kept on increasing, I had to partner with one of my friends and I'll collect the information and send it to him to make the CVs. In August 2022, I graduated from high school, and in October, I received my WAS result. Even with a high number of underperformance in that year exams, I was among the 605 students who made it out of 16,000 people. I made my parents proud. At least for the reason I left the village, I didn't disappoint them. Bagging straight 8 credits out of 8 subjects was a moment of pride for me. Few weeks later, I applied to the university and I was accepted. This whole time, I was expecting to get support from someone. But just 2 days before the portal closed for payment, I got notified that I wouldn't be getting the support anymore. I have to look for other alternatives. That was a very long night for me. Imagine the pride of being among the few people who made it to the university. That dream of continuing another stage of education with the people I burned the midnight candle with was coming to an end. I cried the whole night. I couldn't tell my parents about it because I knew that would only keep them worried. I told my auntie about it. She sold off her luxurious clothes just to send me to school. That's why she's my full ride. She was the only person that attended my 9th primary school, the only person that attended my high school primary school. And now, she came to the rescue, sending me to the university when I needed the most. I applied for scholarships and looked for support from various people, but I couldn't get any. So the following semester, I wasn't fortunate enough. I had to stay at home. In 2023, I saw the worst. In February, I was almost homeless, thanks to a friend and a brother who came to the rescue. In March 3rd, 2023, I launched my debut novel. I gathered friends, family, people I don't even know, and even ST was at the launching. My stepdad expressed how proud they were to receive all those people to come and listen to what their son has to say. Because it only showed that the young boy with dreams who left the village a few years ago is still himself. This was a moment of pride for me and my family. I started to look for jobs. My father linked me up with one of his friends who had a nursery school. He hired me to teach there, but it was so difficult. I had to quit after 2 weeks. For a whole week, working from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., spending the whole day repeating A for apple, B for ball, and only one guy was able to say it for a whole week. It was so difficult for me. I told my dad that I wouldn't be able to continue. He was mad at me, but I understood. He was worried. I explained to him that this is not what I want. This wouldn't save me from anything. I applied to Tamara to be a full-time employee. They hired me to become a cashier, but I was not comfortable with what they did. They wanted me to work for 6 days a week, and I felt that was a lot for me. Because only one day free in a week would not be enough for me to follow my dreams and passions. I did a lot of things. They failed. I started a clothing brand. It failed. I've been wanting to do music.
Baby, do you know? Baby, do you know? Baby, this love was when
I started forex trading. It failed. Like everything that I want to do fails. But I never gave up. Since I didn't have any work to do and I don't have money to go to university, the internet became my university. I started watching YouTube videos on how to do several things. In July 2023, I used all the money that I had to apply for a school in America. I was accepted. I went for the visa interview all the way to Guinea and got rejected. I came back, I learned videography and started working with ambitious. In September 2023, I shot my first music video under my own brand, OJay Fictions, which is 1 year old now. And Alhamdulillah, since then, it has been a very good platform. I worked with a lot of upcoming artists and some big artists too. I was able to return to the university after missing 2 semesters in a row. I was very proud because I know my sweat got me there. 2 months ago, I started my YouTube channel, mainly to share stories that will inspire youth and keep them motivated. On August 1st, 2024, I co-founded a company, a digital marketing agency called StepNext. Now, as I stand at 23, life in my 20s has been a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and growth. I realized that every step I have taken, every hardship I have faced, has shaped me for who I am today. I know the road ahead will be easy, but I am ready for it. I've learned so much in these past few years. I have faced challenges that seem insurmountable at times, but I've also experienced moments of pride and accomplishment that make it all worthwhile. This is my story so far, but it's far from over. The 20s are a time of uncertainty, but there's always hope. I am excited to see where the journey will take me next. So here's to another year, another chapter, another chance. I might seem lost, but I will find my way.